Today we're in the Yorkshire Dales, just outside Pateley Bridge at Gouthwaite Reservoir. We're gonna walk right the way round. We'll see you at the car park. So we're in the car park now at Colt House. We've got 3 picnic tables there. As you can see, there's plenty of parking. So we turn left out the car park, walking up the road towards Ramsgill. At the far side of the road, there's a viewing area. Let's have a look. As we walk into the viewing area, something catches our eye on our left-hand side. We see a lonely bantam cockerel, and he looks pretty cold, to be honest. He's not moving, he's on his own. He looks in good nick though, but just looks a bit lonely. Well, we'll leave him for now and have a look out front. That's the other side of the reservoir, and again. So we're walking down the road now towards Ramsgill. That's looking to our left hand side. If you look below the tree, you'll see a pheasant, and if you look just over the wall, you'll see about 50 geese. Red kite there, but he's he's gone. We're still walking down the road, but it's very quiet down here. Just to show you how cold it is, there's the bottom end of the reservoir, and it's solid with ice. It's the 12th of February today. It's pretty chilly. We've just been through one little snowstorm, but you know, sun keeps coming out. Let's keep going. We just keep heading forward. We've got the reservoir on our right hand side, and we've just gone past a second viewpoint. We're at the end of the lake, tiny bits of open water there, look. We've got the bird life. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got a few mallards there, and a fair few seagulls. We keep heading forward. That's a good shot. We need plenty of sunshine today. Gouthwaite Reservoir is a nature reserve. We're still on the road, and we'll be walking at the other side. You're walking with a taxi driver today in the Yorkshire Dales, just outside Pateley Bridge. That's just at the side of the road. The water's splashing up onto the bank side and freezing. So that just gives you an idea of how cold it is up here. But this is our first attempt at filming this year, and we're pleased to be out. There's a car coming, let's watch this. There you are, look, that splashes and freezes. Right on cue. We keep going. Just past the puddle, stood on the bridge. We've got a waterfall, and there we are. Like I say, the road's very quiet, so you know, it's an easy one to walk, is this. Pretty safe. And here we are, just opposite the vicarage. We've got our third viewing area. Let's go and have a look. The sun's out now. We're well wrapped up. We're loving every minute of it. That's looking back up Gouthwaite. We go back onto the road and keep going. Well, we've got some tiny little ducks here. Let's have a look. They're lovely of them. His head's just in the shade. I want to see his head. There we are. Not bad for a cold February morning in winter. He's enjoying that. Looks as if he's eating the grass, look. Well, we'll leave that for now. Oh look, there's a heron there, right in the middle of me camera. In front of us, we've got Ramsgill. I'm just watching the heron. He's coming round. If he lands, I might just see if I can dab him. Yes, there he is. He's in there somewhere. Let's see if we can find him. We knew where he'd gone down, but that's took some finding. Well camouflaged there, look. As you can see, it doesn't take much, does it? That's just one or two cars going past behind me. Well, we think that'll do for now. Let's keep going. That's looking left. We're still on the road, but we're only a couple of minutes from Ramsgill. And that's a view just above Ramsgill. Beautiful place to live. Well, we're just coming into Ramsgill now. There's the church. We head forward. We think we've got a pub just in front of us. And again, we're not going to go in today because it's going to be dark by about 4:30. And we need enough time to get this one finished. It's 12 o'clock now. We keep heading forwards towards the green. With a couple of people walking a dog. There we are. He looks an old one as that. That's looking to our right hand side over the village green. We've got the pub, the York Arms. On our left we've either got the folk hall or the church hall, we don't know. But it looks pretty good though. And there's plenty of seats if you wanted a sandwich, if it was a bit warmer. We'd say this is a drinking trough for horses. But we don't know, but it looks like it. It's just in front of the pub. We just keep heading forwards between the telephone box and the post box on the road. That's on our right hand side, crossing over the bridge. And that's to our left. And again, we just keep heading forwards. We're crossing over the river now, but just before we do, that's a look to our left, Yorkshire Dales, beautiful. We cross over the bridge and turn right. Signpost says Bouthwaite only. But just before we do, we take a quick shot at a flock of sheep on our left. We're heading forward now along the tarmac track, and it's this scenery and back roads that were the setting for the Tour de France and for the Tour of Yorkshire. The Tour of Yorkshire will be just a few weeks' time in April. And as we look to our left hand side, we can see a couple of fellow walkers on the hillside in red. So we're in Bouthwaite now, stood on the bridge crossing over the river. That's looking to our right hand side and Gouthwaite Reservoir. At the end of the tarmac track we see our footpath sign. We turn right there. So we're heading towards the reservoir now. The reservoir's on our right now. It looks like we're in for a bit of a snowstorm. Yeah, here it comes. We just keep heading forwards. We're just sheltering under a tree. We just keep heading forwards. Oh, we're stood here in the sleet. It's pretty cold and we've got sheep 20 foot away. Come over to see us. We keep going. That's a quick shot to the other side, but the sun's coming out by the look of it. Another 5 minutes. Well, sun's come back out again. Stopped snowing. That's looking left. And again. We've just stepped to one side to let the farmer through. He's got a load of mangles in his bucket for the sheep. We turn back round and keep heading forwards. We're heading towards the farm now. We're at the far side of the farm now, heading forward down the track. But this is a B&B and holiday cottages. Looks a nice place. We keep going. We look over the fence. We can see the sheep are keeping to the wall for shelter. Just is a bit chilly out here, but it's beautiful when the sun's out. As we look at the other side of the wall, it's all pasture, grass, but when you look down, we've got a tiny spring straight across our track. But what a beautiful little setting this is. And then we turn round and look over the wall, slightly back. That takes some beating. And again, while the sun's out, we've got a tiny stream there, look, crossing the road, crossing the path. So we just filmed them two going across. We've got to go across ourselves in a minute. Good fun though. That's looking to the other side. And again, there's quite a strong wind on today. We keep going. Just on our left hand side, little streams coming down into this pond. Pond's running over the road, as you'd expect. We've just disturbed a couple of mallards. No, there they are, we can see them, they're up on the hillside. Let's have a quick look. No, there's more than two. Making the way towards the barn. We keep going. As we head forwards, the track splits into two. We take the right hand lower path down towards the lake, and that's just a quick shot to our left hand side before we head forwards. You can see we're down near the reservoir now, but just up on our left we've got these sheep feeding on the hay that the farmer has put out. A lot of these sheep are giving birth to lambs next month. We keep going. Just to the right hand side of the fence is the bed of the old railway line. We think it's just a miniature railway or small railway that used to run the materials and the provisions up to Colt House Reservoir when that was being built, and the tiny reservoirs beyond. We keep going. We're looking for somewhere for a cup of tea just out the breeze, maybe just far side of these trees. As you can see, with all the rain and the sheep, it's just a drop of mud. That red bucket is minerals for the sheep. There's a lot of them dotted about. We keep going. At last we found a place that's pretty flat with no mud. Cup of tea time. Well, we've just stopped for a cup of tea and it's snowing quite heavy now. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. We've still got a couple of hours to finish yet though. It just keeps coming in and then blowing over. We keep going. It's easing off a bit now, but that's looking at the other side of the valley. It's hard to believe it's the same day. It's all covered in snow. And again, we're near the head of the reservoir now. Well, 5 minutes later, sun's back out. As we head forward, we can see the footpath sign. We turn right there, through the gate, down to the head of the dam. As we go through the gate, we drop downhill and keep heading forward towards Wath. Here we are at the head of the dam. It says improvements at Gouthwaite Reservoir, that's what they're doing. We just keep heading forward through the tiny gate at the side with the river on our right hand side. That's just a quick shot looking back at the head of the dam. We keep going. We're at Wath and the road, turning right over the bridge. If you look to the left hand side, you'll see there's some houses and I think there's a pub behind the trees. We cross over the bridge and turn right down the road. That's a quick shot to our right hand side. We've just walked up there at the side of the river, and that's a shot to our left. Right, let's cross over now. There is a tiny bit of parking and a bus stop on your left hand side. We turn right. So we're heading forward now. We'll be walking at the side of the reservoir. We're slowly making our way towards the car park now. The sun's beginning to drop on the left hand side, but it's still catching the hills at the other side of the reservoir. We keep going. Well, another 10 or 15 minutes we'll be back at the car. Sun's dropping low now though. Just at the side of the road, nearly back to car. We think we've got a cormorant. Well, what a great finish to a fantastic day in the Dales, and sun's back out again. Well, we're nearly back at our car now. We best leave it alone. We hope you've enjoyed our walk just outside Pateley Bridge in the Yorkshire Dales. You've been walking with the taxi driver today.